Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Time to crown the Season 2 champion at Red Arrows Racing. This time last year, Jay came so close. One corner in Japan cost him the championship. And now, as we go to the desert in Abu Dhabi, Jay leads 18 points. It has been a two-horse race all season. The redemption story of Jay could be completed today, or will AONxBLADEz ruin the party? He missed last week's race in controversial circumstances. Jay took full advantage, and now we have our season finale. We have a one-shot qualifying round the Yas Marina circuit, and then we have our 15-lap sprint, and then our 29-lap race to determine who will walk away as our Season 2 Red Arrows Racing champion. Who is your money on, ladies and gentlemen? If you've not yet liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so now. If this is your first time joining us live for the Red Arrows Racing, let us be known that you're here in the chat. And guys, strap in. This has been one of the most dramatic seasons. It has been a very rainy season, to say the least, but we are finishing in the desert, in the dry, unless something very peculiar happens, and it is literally down to Aon versus Jay. It has been these two throughout the season. They have both played their wild cards. They have both won when playing their wild cards. But tonight, it is all on the line. At the time of the start, we have 18 points separating the two. But there is more than that to play for with the sprint. I think at the moment we'll have the 25 for the race win and then 15 for the sprint win. So that is a total of 40 points, while 18 separates them. And I'm joined, as always, by our league owner, previous Aston Martin driver, Liam. How you doing, mate?
I'm not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, very excited to see who takes the championship tonight. And who is your money on?
We've got a late check-in of Jamal. That could throw some spanners into the works. Obviously, quite a fast D1 driver. Obviously in the Williams as well. Jamal obviously is a shout, but obviously I think everyone's eyes this evening is on the front two. Wouldn't you agree, Aon and Jay?
Yep, it is literally. It's been a two-horse race for a while in the championship, and it all comes down to this. And as you know, we're all F1 fans here. There's never been a controversial finish in Abu Dhabi, has there?
No, there's never have ever heard the term drama in the desert. No.
But we have the finale in the desert. It's just a one-shot qualifying when we have a sprint race. So, of course, this is harder to follow on stream. We'll flip between the cars. Or we may just stick with one of the front two and see, so we can have a look around the track as we go round. Because obviously at one-shot qualifying, they're all out at the same time rather than our short qualifying session that we normally have in our races. Of course, what we have after the sprint is the feature race, and the grid is completely flipped. Everyone who finishes the sprint, the grid is flipped. Those that DNF or get disqualified will start where they finish the sprint race. So if you go out first and there's 15 people, you crash on the first corner, you started 15th in the feature. So it is dry, which is, we've not seen that for quite a while in the Red Arrows Racing League. But we are going to be dry, which means everyone's going to be on the softs, everyone's still applying their setups, and it is going to be one-shot qualifying. So we're going to jump on board. I think we'll jump on board with the championship leader. We're going to follow this one-shot qualifying on Jay and see how he does as we look through the 16 turns. We have 9 to the left, 7 to the right, 2 DRS zones around the 5.2 kilometre track. After turn 5 is the first DRS down that massive back straight, and then through turn 8 is the second DRS zone after the S-bend at the end of the first DRS zone. So lots of overtaking opportunities down those back straights. And of course, the back-to-back DRS zone, 2 different detection zones though. So you could see people taking the lead on the first DRS zone and then coming under threat on the second one. So we are going to jump on to, it is jumping around, so we'll jump on to Jay when it goes up.
It's always interesting at the start of one-shot qualifying. I find Harry always kind of gives a little bit of an indication as to who's running higher downforce, obviously up the straight, because everyone gets exactly the same
Whoa,
start.
there goes Jamal. We've lost him on turn 3 there, I think it was. So let's jump to a different car. Chrissy's binned it as Jay just comes out of turn 5 there, just down the back straight. He is the quickest on. Well, who wrote this script? Quickest in sector 1, Jay. Second quickest, Ant. Unbelievable stuff down the back straight as he goes into turn 6, which is the left-hander, down into second. Hug the curb, slings it into the 7. Right-hander, then round this corner of turn 8. The flowing left-hander, which is then the second DRS zone. And it is still Jay and Ant at the end, coming up to the end of sector 2. The sweeping left-hander, of course, that's changed this year, so it's a lot quicker. And Jay just staying a bit wide on the apex there, could have touched the inside a bit more. And then it's his heavy break in here into the right-hander before the left-hander, where, of course, Latifi changed the championship in real life back to the left-hander. And then we've just got the 2 corners left. We've got turn 15, right-hander, hit the outside curb, downshift heavy into the final right-hander, floor it to the line, and it is P1 by Jay, P2 Ant. Oh, game on. But look at that. Over a second ahead.
What 125 laps on the meter will do to you, Harry.
Wow.
You've got to put the work in to get the cream at the top. It looks like that's what Jay's doing.
I'll tell you what, when you need to pull out a lap to win a title, that is a title-winning lap. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this whole race is going to be about the championship because it is literally a 2-horse race. Of course, we'll follow all the action, but our focus is going to be on the front 2. And wow, could they have picked a better script here? Jay takes pole, Ant second place, Butler and Helix third and 4th. Then we have my little Polar QHRD on the 3rd row. Callie always grinding on the 4th row. Casper, Will, Joshy 5th row. Jamal, that early incident, and Lanod picking up the SQ there, and I'm rounding up at the back. Super Calgon and Oliver. Of course, they neither of them set a time last time in Canada, and both ended up with very high scoring points finishes. Both making the podium. I think Oliver just missed out on the podium. Calgon picking up the podium with all the penalties. So watch out for them at the back. But it will be a 15-lap sprint. Pit stops are on because it's not a F1 in-game sprint. It is a 25% race, so there is going to be pit stops. So strategies will come into play. But the scene has been set. Our front 2 have put themselves both on the front row. It's almost like Hollywood's here writing the script. But we are going to get set up now. They're going to do their strategies, and then it's going to be a 15-lap sprint. I'm taking precautions this week because I think my my throat may come under some punishment if the racing that we've had all season long is anything to go by. I think I may hit some notes that only dogs can hear with some of the cutbacks and some of the moves that we've seen, particularly by our championship leader. Miami springs to mind, his double cutback. That made me hit some very high octaves.
Just looking at the grid, Harry, knowing the drivers as we do, I think we've got to see a massively aggressive move from Ant on the inside in the first corner.
Absolutely. They're both starting on the soft, so that shows their intent is to get going. Helix.
He can't let Jay speed up and get that second. He needs to remain within a second at all times. So it's like you say, everyone's eyes are on the front pair.
So it'll be 15 points for the win. Are we going? Is it 14 for second?
Yeah, 14 for second, 13 for third, and so on and so forth.
So again, Ant has to finish in front of Jay here. It's just it's a no-brainer. Jay, maybe, again, we know he's very cautious and thinks outside the box. Will he be thinking, I'll let Ant go, I'll take second place here and take a 17-point lead into the feature race?
I mean, from Ant, he needs to be aggressive. He needs to get up the grid as fast as possible and take that P1. For Jay, It's just about staying as close to Ant as possible. He's already got an 18-point lead, so if Ant wants to try and be aggressive and maybe make a mistake in getting P1, Jay can just take P2, and all it is a point. So
a single point,
lead
exactly.
goes from 18 to 17, and it's not that bad. So I don't believe that there's going to be I think there might be some quite sensible racing from Jay. But it's the feature race, which is what I've got my heart set on being the pulse raiser this evening.
And again, from our Hollywood standpoint, if they were to finish 1 and 2 here and start at the back in the feature race, what a race that would be from back to front for the championship. So I've got it that, again, thinking outside the box, if Ant was to get the win here with Jay finishing second, of course we've got 15 laps of racing, anything can happen. We're not saying that is what's going to happen. Ant would need to win or come second. He'd have to finish top 2 in the feature.
Yeah.
Jay would only need to finish 5th to secure the title.
Indeed. It's like you say, it's going to be tight. It's all. I think it's all on Ant's plate. Neither of them can DNF. That's the only thing that neither can do.
Yep. But we are going racing as the 5 lights light up. We're on board with Jay to see us go. It's lights out. The sprint has started. It's not. The lights out. Now we go. There's a bit of a delay there. Jay's got away well. Ant's been terrible. Butler's got to jump on Ant. Ant's going to go and settle behind Butler here. He's not come under threat from Helix. Helix dropping back on those mediums. Cali up to P4. We've got a yellow flag.
He's round. He's been tapped into turn 2. Chrissy's round as well. Both Hasses. Horrible start for the pair.
Yeah, both managed to get going. Oliver getting caught up in that as well. But it is Jay from Butler, and the worst start he could have thought of. Helix. What's happened to Helix there? Helix has spun it. No, he's not. The timing mechanism's gone on Helix, though, on my screen. Not sure about yours, but it's Jay from Butler. And then Anne now trying to get back to where he was. Being very aggressive on Butler. He's got to get going here. He's got to get... Because he can't let Jay get away. Jay already nearly out that DRS zone at the end of Sector 2 on the first lap.
We've got Joshy Wilker looking like he's going to make a move down the inside of the Aston Martin.
Let's jump on here. He's stuck to the inside apex a lot better, but always grinding, getting good traction on the outside there so far. And it's that heavy braking, such heavy braking as his right-hander going down the hill. Sometimes hard to control if you've not got the anti-lock on. Easy to lock up there. But Jay nearly a second ahead of Butler. And
not the race start that Ant will have wanted.
No.
And Josh is round. As we were watching him.
Let's see.
Just lost it on that last couple of corners. I believe it was turn 16.
He's just going around here. You can see him getting back on the track there, and he is carried on. QHRD's jumping to the pits. So we've got 3 people in the pits. QHRD speeding in the pit lane. Jay, Ant's got ahead. What's happened there? We've lost Butler. Butler's spun. Butler's had an incident, I think. Ant's up into P2.
Yeah, Butler's all the way down in P11 now. My Little Pony just overtaking him there. The gap between the front 2, though, 2.2 seconds, Harry.
Absolutely.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
But Aon has the clear air now.
Jay is absolutely burning his ERS. 29% and counting. Ant's got a little bit more in reserve.
Yep, we've got a yellow flag. I think that's Joshy round again.
Hard tyres again. He's just on the tyres. He's absolutely lit them up. A pit stop might be the best strategy, especially on the softs. Yeah,
so Jay doing what he needs to do.
Casper and Lano's out. Casper and I just switched to it there. Casper and Lano going side by side.
I can see him on the outside of the track and there. He's facing the way round. It's not a safety car. It's a VSC. Neutralises, and look, Ant down to 1.6. Ant's coming in. So's Jay. They're both in. They're matching each other. No one's taking the gamble. They're both pitting under VSC. They're both going to go to the medium tyres, or possibly the hards. Will it be? Surely mediums, 12 laps. Ant's going on to medium. So Jay's on the hards. Whoa, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Calgon, Casper, Helix, and Cali all stay out. Jay on the hards. Ant has gambled. Butler's come through both of them here, but of course will have to pit because I don't think he has pitted. Let's have a look. No, Butler's not pitted either. So we have our first bit of drama here in this VSC. We've still got the VSC at present. Ant's dropped 2.2 behind Jay now. DRS is enabled because the VSC doesn't keep it going. We're going racing now. Green flags. Jay going up the inside of Butler now. Pinto loving the drama here. Jay already ahead of Butler because DRS is enabled, so Butler will have the DRS coming out of this. Unless Jay just left it a little bit late there to get past because of the detection zone. But I think Butler's going to have DRS to come back at him here. He does. So Butler on the soft tyres with Jay on the hard. And this is where Jay has to think long term now as Butler closing in. Is a bit too far back to make a move there. Goes a bit wide, struggling a bit. May have some body damage, possibly. And closing in on the back of these. Yeah, closing in the back of these now. But importantly for Jay, there's a car in between him and...
We've got Callum less than a tenth almost behind Casper coming up the pit
Yep,
straight.
seeing it now. Really good traction out of the bottom corner there from Casper, sorry. Just keeps Calgon at bay at the present time. There's Ant closing in the back of... But we lost Helix!
Helix!
Whoa, he spun! Watch out, guys! Watch out! Watch out coming around this corner! Jay's in the chat. He's slowing right down. He knows they're there. We've got a safety car.
That's right in the middle of the track, that, Harry.
We have safety car deployed. This, I think, helps Jay. Those hard tyres will last... Oh, I don't know, though.
Right, this helps, I think.
It helps the medium. Yeah, he'll get to close right up to the back of him. So I suspect Butler will pit, which means these two will be right behind each other at the restart. Again.
Callum will pit as well. None of the top three have pitted. Jay...
None of the top five. Sorry, yes, Jay's in fourth now, but Butler as well hasn't.
So, yeah, even Josh down in 14th, obviously just with his 5-second speed and penalty there. Yeah, he's now was one of the only ones who hadn't pitted. Now just Butler in the top three.
Wow. I think Helix just lost it on that again on that right-hander. It's so easy to lose it, but he seemed to have lost it before the right-hander, didn't he? So
yeah, I think it was on the left. I think he might have just caught the
curve
a
possibly
little bit too much. I've spun it there a couple of times. So T Cali in the pits. Casper now coming round. T Cali 5-second speed and penalty.
Again, it cost him because with the obviously there will be the delta, so they would have been thinking about track position. Butler does pit. So, the front two will take over the front two positions again. Casper just getting into the box now. Cali just about to go into the bridge. So, easily top two, Jay and Ant. And wow. Do we think Jay's regretting his tyre choice now?
Quite possibly. But yeah, again, like we said at the start of the race, Harry, it's not all be all and end all this race. All Jay needs to do is get a good solid, maybe 2 or 3 places apart from Ant is an acceptable finish for him. So the hard tyres will get him to the end of the race. That's all he'll be worried about, like I say. A
mental is, if Ant does get him here with the pit strategy, it's a bit of a mental victory as well. Puts a bit of doubt in Jay's mind because Jay will obviously have a strategy in mind for the feature race as well.
Indeed. It would be a little bit more interesting maybe if we'd incorporated, the tie, if it was a tie, the race winners of the sprint to be included as well. I don't think they were included into the workout of the race winners.
No, again, it's very unlikely we finished on the same amount of points doing the maths. But they are on the same amount of race wins. So it would go to those second places.
If it was down to the sprint as well, then it would add a different dimension to this race, and they would both be fighting out for the win today.
Absolutely.
In the sprint. But regardless, like I say, it's going to be tense. I think the knees are going to be weak.
The thing I'm looking at now, again, we're not going to have 2 DRS for another 2 laps once we go back racing. I don't think we're going to go racing this next lap, so I think it will be lap 7. not only have you got Ant on fresh mediums now compared to the hards, you've got Callie and Casper right behind, all on fresh mediums. So does Jay...
Fresher sets as well.
Yeah, not just looking at Ant and Jay here, does this bring Callie and Casper technically should be faster on track than Jay?
By all means. I mean, I think, like you say, it adds a different dimension. I think with us talking about Ant and Jay so often, it's almost made us forget about the rest of the pack. I mean, Callie, Casper, Calgon, all respectable drivers in their own right. Like you say, by all means can take this race with a fresher compound. It's quite possible.
And then that's when it starts to get a bit, Jay thinking that 1 point, that can suddenly turn into 4 points.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I only need 6th place becomes I need a podium, and that's where pressure gets to him. Again, we're being dramatic for the sake of being dramatic. Nothing's happened yet. At the minute, Jay is leading, which means he takes an 18-point lead into the race finale, the feature race, in which case all the pressure... Sorry, a 19-point lead, which means all the pressure is on Ant. Ant has to still finish in the top 2 before he even has a chance of winning the championship. But, stranger things have happened, as we've seen on this track. We could have a race control. I saw him on the back there. We're riding on board of Ant, and he getting a bit twitchy, keeping those tyres warm.
Yeah.
Just getting a bit worried because Callie does have that penalty. He's 5-second penalty behind Ant as well. But I suspect Jay will be draining that ERS on this restart. Safety car is in this lap. That's a very early call, isn't it? But again, it's the end of Sector 2, so it's just a big Sector 3, this track, isn't it? So Jay will now start to pick it up. And again, it's such a short corner, isn't it? The last corner to the straight. It is literally, as soon as you turn into that corner... Almost Ant may hold back a little bit and then go for the inside line and try and guess, because the line is pretty much there. So even if you do get the jump, there's so few a space before you're at the line, you technically can make the jump on the corner.
Yeah. I think Jay will go quite late. I think he'll be expecting people. It catches so many people off guard that are really antsy to get off.
Yeah.
I believe Jay will hold it all the way to the front grid, the front of the row, the grid. Sorry.
No, he's got. Wait, he's going. He's gone. And has got a better traction. He's closing to the back of him. 2/10. Those medium tyres are going to get temperature earlier. They're going to get up to speed quicker. Jay's going to be wary. We've seen so many people lose it around this corner.
Oh, and caught a little bit of a slack there.
And closing into him now, into the hairpin. He's taking an inside line. No DRS for 2 laps. We've got yellow flag. Around. I think that's Casper,
lost it. He's just caught the curb on that tight corner there.
And now is he going to send it? Jay goes defensive on the inside, Ant's around the outside. It's side by side going into turn 6 here. Jay slots in behind Ant. Ant takes the lead of the race. Job done. No DRS for Jay to come back, but Jay is coming back at him. Jay, much better traction down the back straight of turn 8.
How's Ant going to defend this? I think he's going to keep the inside.
Jay's pulled back. Jay's pulled back. Yep, he's using that ERS. Jay's pulled back, slotted in. And Jay, the back end twitching a bit there. But he's kept hold of it, and now he's going to have traction going into the right-handers. But again, those hard ties not fully there yet on the exit. But look at these two, over a second ahead.
7 laps of this.
This is why I brought a drink with me tonight. My throat can't take this. Super Calgon 3-second penalty for track limits. A 10th separates the two at the championship.
I know you're watching the front two, but Butler and Callum are racing. Oh, Callum's into the pits. Going side by side there.
Ant takes the fastest lap. We're talking about extra points. We're talking about extra points here and there. Ant takes the fastest lap off Jay. Sector 1, we've got a yellow flag. That's an Aston Martin round. That's always grinding this round. He's got going again, but we can't take our eyes off the front here. 3/10. No DRS this lap as Aston Martins are close together there, but Jay coming back in the slipstream here. Just easing off a bit. I think Ant must be draining that ARS. He's not actually. Jay's got less battery than Ant here.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep a look on the midfield. We've got a great battle for P6 between 3 cars. My Little Pony, Chrissy and Oliver.
Right, we'll back off a bit. We'll have a look here because we've got Joshy Wilco side by side with QHRD. Oh, just about leaving enough room there. QHRD yields the position. And Joshy up into P9 there ahead of the Haas. We've got Chrissy and My Little Pony really close as well. He's dropped back just a little bit. Oliver looking to go up the inside possibly. No, thinks better of it. But Callie pulling into the back of the front two again as well as we jump back and opening up the gap to 7/10s, but it's not going to be enough to be outside the DRS zone because DRS, another fastest lap there, but DRS now enabled. 8/10. He's got 3 corners to get ahead before that detection zone.
Needs to get a scoot on. Oh, Jay's round! Jay spun it!
Whoa, it's just missed. Jamal's just missed him.
Oh,
he's coming back onto the track. Oh my days! He stayed off the racing line, but heart in mouth. And Jay has made the first mistake we have seen in this race. He is down to P8.
Vital points for Ant now. He'll be wanting to get a move on without the DRS of T. Callie as well. Fresh air. He needs to get his foot down.
And Ant has got... Tally has got the 5-second penalty behind him as well. Yeah. Jay under fire from QHRD. QHRD sends him wider. Oh, contact there. QHRD around the outside. QHRD's got another DRS. The detection line was there. So QHRD's going to come back at Jay here and he's not getting any damage. Side by side.
He needs to tuck in and get the slipstream, but he's not doing it. He's pulled out.
He's pulled out.
I think he knows what's at stake.
Jay a lot more aggressive than I thought he would be there for P8. Jay deciding elbows out time. He's made the mistake. He's got to get his head down now and fix that mistake. And he has 6 laps to do it in. And 1.8 ahead of Callie. We've got yellow flag in sector 3. Is that
Jay's
Oliver
out in front of him? No, he's not out. He's just facing the wrong way. Jay almost clipped the front wing of Oliver there.
Jay back up into P7 now.
So it's not the end of the world this either, Harry. Like we said, I know we're getting excited, but all this does is put Jay further up the grid for the feature race where the big points are.
Well, but points on the board. We all know what turn 1 could be like. Would you rather be at the back of the grid or the middle of the field?
Middle of the field, because then I could jump everyone in the middle and be first.
Well, I'd rather stay at the back, let everyone crash in front of me and go around the outside and stick it that way. And now, 1.6 seconds as we see Butler pulling into the back of Jamal. Is he a bit too far back to make a move? Yes, he is. At the end of the DRS zone, he'll get another dose of DRS. Going around turn 7 now, and then the left-hander at turn 8. The sweeping left-hander, and the DRS opens towards the exit of it. And let's see if he can pull into the back of Jamal for that last podium spot. Excuse me. Oh.
I believe they've both got a podium spot because T. Callie's 5 seconds.
Well, yes, at the minute, they're about 3, 2 and 8.
And here comes Butler.
So round the outside now, Butler. Oh, that's going to be a track limit. But he's going to go the cutback here. It's going to be a bit cheeky, I think. And then into the 2 left-handers under the bridge into the end section here. Jamal goes a bit wide. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like an Aston Martin. Oh, Jamal! Butler misses it somehow. Jamal's round, though. How did Butler miss him? How did Butler miss him there? The pressure mounted. Butler got round. And there you go. Callie's got his 5 seconds back.
Wow.
Jay ahead of Jamal. Jay another place up in this recovery. He's pulling into the back of Chrissy as well. He's in that DRS zone. Those hard tyres starting to come good now as the mediums start to probably just about past their peak in this race. He's going to go for the cutback line here. Getting the slipstream nice and early. Opens up that DRS. And he's 3/10 as the DRS opens. He pulls into the back. Chrissy goes defensive down the inside. He's going to send Jay around the outside here. Jay alongside him at the corner. Is he going to keep the inside line here? He is. Oh, contact! Contact! Contact with Jay and Chrissy.
Jay's taking that corner very, very aggressively there.
Chrissy's coming back at him now with a DRS. Comes down the inside. Neck and neck. Chrissy yields on the inside. Jay keeps the better traction. Oh, Chrissy's lost it.
Too much pressure. Where's QHRD? Watch out, QHRD.
Everyone misses him. Chrissy gets off the track to turn around, and Jay, P5 now. Can My Little Pony make these tyres last in front of him? He's on the 8-lap old soft tyres now. Can he make them last? Jay is a man on a mission.
He's just putting some insane laps in. I wouldn't be surprised if the fastest lap came up now with Jay. I'm very surprised when we're looking at the grid. There's only 2 or 3 other people that have actually chosen on the hards, and it was Josh and Grinding. The rest went for the alternative compounds.
So Ant has the fastest lap by 0.4 on Jay at the minute. Casper pulling to the back of QHRD now as well.
Oh, My Little Pony's round. Put it in the wall. Lost a wing. Jay, P4 now.
It's almost like no one wants to be involved. Casper now going up the inside of QHRD. He's ahead of him before the corner. Are they going to catch up My Little Pony as well? Those soft tyres dropping off like we thought they would. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. That's Oliver DNF. Oh, he's spun him round. Casper, My Little Pony, and there's more contact. Was that a reset to trap by My Little Pony?
I'm not too sure. It could have been.
It was in the back of my... In the back of my screen there, it looked like a car suddenly was facing the wrong way and then the right way. I could be wrong, though. It could just have been a bit of lag, but that's what it looked like. But we'll see what damage that did. And responds to us questioning his fastest lap. Sticks in a fastest lap, 2.4 seconds. Plus the 5 seconds. He's 7 seconds ahead of Callie on track at the minute. We've got a yellow flag here. Is that Oliver that's gone DNF? His car has gone now.
But then it's always Grinding that spun as well in sector 3.
Yep, I think it was Oliver's car coming back onto track and it has retired now.
Yeah.
So Butler trying to get within those 5 seconds of Callie to train this P2 at the minute, but Jay, P4 now. Not really near anyone. He's 7 seconds behind Butler. So probably the best he can do now, unless he has insane last 3 laps here. I think P4 is probably the best he could have done from where he was.
Yeah,
well,
given his spin as well.
He's definitely put the people in front of him on the waltzers. The amount of people that have spun as soon as they saw that Williams coming up in their mirror.
We've got Joshua Wilco in the DRS zone.
Yeah, just literally flipped to him now. We've got Calgon right behind. Oh, it's Grinding behind these here. Grinding goes defensive down the inside. Calgon just pulling out of it, I think, waiting sensibly for the second DRS zone here. Get a better line. Coming here, do the cutback down the inside now. Foot down. ERS on. DRS open. And he is a lot closer now. Starts to get sucked into that slipstream, although it's Grinding. Foot down here. Is defending really well. And it was never an option for Super Calgon in the end there. But that battle will continue for P9. Although Calgon's gone very wide there. Maybe a bit of a warning of track limits there. As you said, Joshy Wilco all over the back of the Haas of Chrissy. We don't know if those Haasses do have damage from the incident a few laps earlier. As we are on the penultimate lap, and Chrissy was very wide there. That might be a track limits as well. But they're both pulling up to the back of QHRD here. We've got to have a bit of a 5-horse race these last 2 laps from P6 to P9. P10. All separated by less than 3 seconds. We got... Is that Jamal round again? Yeah. Gets out the way of any cars coming. He's got a clear track, though. And he's actually DNF'd, which... quite
on track.
A bit silly with 2 laps to go when the feature race is a reverse grid. Because that will put him down in P12 now on the reverse grid. And again, these retirees actually help Ant, because it moves him up the grid on the feature race.
It does indeed.
So he will start P11 in theory now, as Chrissy and Josh exchange places. And Chrissy with the DRS to come back at him here now. So is Josh going to go down the... he sends Chrissy down the inside here. Side by side they go. Chrissy gets the job done, and always Grinding, pulling right into the back of Joshy Wilco there as well. Oh, twitchy wing there. Gives Calgon a bit of a window to pull into the back of Always Grinding. It's a high-speed track, but there's so many places to possibly lose it. As Ant...
Oh, QHRD's so slow. He's going to have both cars looking at a move now.
Chrissy round the outside. Chrissy gets the job done.
Oh, no. Always grinding Spud and taking Josh out in the process.
I saw a bit of debris there flying with Calgon as well. Always grinding manages to get it facing the right way, as does Joshy. But Calgon all over the back of QHRD now. Chrissy has dropped these two. He's already outside the DRS zone. So Calgon looking for that P7. He's going down the inside. Stick to the apex. Gets ahead of him. Now, where was the detection zone? It was before that. So Calgon is going to protect himself here with that DRS. But he's also pulling into the back of Chrissy here as well. He's going to have another dose of DRS here. Down the back straight as well. Going through turn 8. Bit untidy out the exit there. Probably just about saves Chrissy here from coming under threat.
2 hashes and 2 corners.
I think he's going to be too far back. Callie gets his time penalty. Sorry, we've missed Ant crossing the line there. Ant Butler gets P3 and Jay comes across in P4. As we just pull into the back, we'll have a look as Calgon comes under the bridge now into the stadium. Can he catch? Oh, Chrissy, a bit of a mistake. Calgon's going to go down the outside here. Last 2 corners. 4P6 here. Calgon, is he going to send one down the inside? He is. Neck and neck. Calgon. Chrissy.
Who's it going to be?
Chrissy just.
Oh, Callum had a penalty anyway. I think Callum had a 5-second penalty.
He did, yeah.
Oh, well, that made it a little bit less exciting, but we did know that at the time.
So, right, let me get my pen here. So we have Ant's going to have 15 points. Jay, 12 points, if I'm correct.
Yes, it's 1 point less.
Ant with the fastest lap, though. So, our 18-point lead has now become a 14-point lead.
It's so close.
If Ant wins, Jay now needs 4th.
Or better.
4th or better to take the championship. 5th with the fastest lap. We have a bit more of a squeaky bum, and we've seen Jay does have a mistake possibly in him now. After that amazing qualifying lap. Wow.
T. Callie won't be rejoining us the feature race.
He won't be.
No.
Okay.
Just received a message from him. Someone's popped up, he said.
So, looking at My Little Pony. Did My Little Pony finish?
Yeah.
So, My Little Pony would be on pole. Followed by Grinding.
Josh.
So, we will have, by my recollection, we'll have Ant.
Harry, can you remember this? Because my phone's upstairs on charge.
Oh. Quick, open my camera. I will send it, you know.
Legend.
You have to go get your phone from upstairs, though.
Got it.
So, Helix will start at the back. So, we've got Helix in P14. Bear with us here, ladies and gentlemen, as we set up the feature race for you. So, we've got Helix in 14th. 13th is Oliver. 12th will be Jamal. And then 11th will be Ant. So, that is where our winner of the sprint will start. 10th will be... Ooh, we've not got Callie, so Butler. I've done this wrong. Ant's going to be 10th, Butler 9th, Jamal 11th, because we're only going to have 14, aren't we?
Yeah.
So Helix will be 13th, Butler 9th.
Who's last? Because the photo doesn't show
Helix.
who's last.
It does, Helix.
Yeah, but you said Helix is 13th.
Yeah, because you're not going to have 14 because Callie's not here.
No, there was 15 with Callie because Helix checked in. Helix turned up but didn't check in.
Oh, who was last then?
There was 15. See, Callie's gone, which makes it 14, which it is now.
Lanod, then, I think, is missing from that picture, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
Yes, Lanod is, yes. So is Lanod behind or in front of Helix?
Behind.
Behind, cool. Lanod, Helix, Oliver,
Jamal. Then it's Ant.
And P10. See, Kelly as well, not racing, means another car less car in between the two.
Yeah.
Championship.
Well, they are literally starting right behind each other. We've got Ant in P11, I think, was it?
P10.
P10.
In P9,
J,
and then
J in P8.
P8.
7th will be Casper.
Casper, yeah.
6th will be Chrissy.
Yeah.
5th will be QHRD.
Yeah.
4th will be Calgon.
Yeah.
3rd will be Joshy.
Yeah.
And then the front row will be Always Grinding and My Little Pony.
My Little Pony first, Always Grinding. Second?
No. Grinding second, Pony first.
Yeah, Grinding second, Pony first. Yeah, cool.
So, we have got it. Anne still has to finish. Well, technically finished 3rd now. Ant has to finish in the top 3. If Ant wins with the 14 points, Jay needs 14 points, wouldn't it? So that'll be 13. So he may even need 3rd. No, it's 13 difference. He's 14 ahead. No, Jay will need 4th. If Ant wins, Jay needs 4th. If Ant comes 2nd, Jay needs to come 8th. If Ant comes 3rd, Jay needs to come... He needs a point. There is several scenarios where they finish level on points here.
For fuck's sake, don't tell me that.
At the minute, ladies and gentlemen, they are on 4 race wins each. I believe there is 1 race difference in second places. Am I correct?
There is. Just quickly, me and Ant were talking about this last night, and the Monaco race. Obviously, me and Ant were first and second for pretty much the whole race.
Yeah, he gave it you.
I basically baited him into giving me it because I was like, I'm not going to get a race win, I can win here. And I was like, look at it now, if you're taking it off me, you wouldn't be tired.
That gap would be 7 points if he'd done that, if he hadn't given you that win.
Yeah. But then it would also give him the tiebreaker as well.
It would have given more race wins. It would have given 7 points rather than 14 that he's facing today. But there could be a scenario here where Ant finishes 2nd, Jay finishes 8th, and they have the same amount of race wins and the same amount of second places.
I think these two are just making it difficult for us.
It may be a late night, ladies and gentlemen, before we are crowned our Season 2 Red Arrow Racing Champion. But we have 29 laps before that, and we have seen in the sprint that anything, and we mean anything, can happen in these races. We've got Mr. J in the chat, apparently correcting us that Ant's 2 second places behind him. That will be looked at if the scenario happens. But I'm sure this will be settled on track, Liam. But after that sprint, momentum with Ant,
Indeed.
Points with Jay, momentum with Ant, I would say.
Form is temporary, class is permanent, though.
Of course, no qualifying in the feature race because it is a custom grid, and we've just flipped all those that finished the sprint into the feature race. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the feature race, the finale of Season 2, Red Hours Racing. It is a 2-horse race. Jay, concentrate on your racing. Things will be figured out after. If, and it's a very unlikely if, it comes to that. So, applying setups.
Needs to focus getting that car facing the right way.
He needs to make first in the, what is it? To finish first. First you have to finish. But this is going to be tense. It's going to be a tense start because neither can afford to really not be aggressive. Like Jay is saying that it's on Ant too. Ant definitely got to be more aggressive because he has to get that podium place to start with. If Ant's not on the podium, it's irrelevant where the championship goes. But so if Ant's on the podium by the end of the first lap, if he has an immense first lap, all of a sudden that pressure that it just massively flips back.
Is Ant's ahead of Jay, isn't he, on the grid, directly in front?
No, directly behind him.
Oh, is he? Oh, so Jay's ahead.
Jay is 8th, Ant is 10th.
And Ant's 10th. All right, I was going to say the drama from last season where Jay started at the back of the grid behind the Ferrari, which started in reverse. I was wondering if Ant might have a little bit of a tactic to start in reverse, but being behind him, he'll want to get on the power nice and early, make a move into turn 1. The issue is obviously with the reverse grid is obviously it does put a lot of the drivers who were at the back of the grid in front, makes the drivers at the rear of the grid think about the moves that they will make. Hopefully we get away with...
we've got our formation lap first.
No safety cars. And I believe this will be... It's a great start for AlphaTauri, though. 2 of the front 3.
Yeah, again, I've not really looked at the constructors because it's not really been a...
No, because Ant hasn't done constructors.
Yeah, it's not really been a debate in the season so far. But, like you say, good for teams.
We will look at that. And Ant did tell me, he was like, well, it's not that hard, we need to add together the people. And I'm like, so why haven't you done it then?
But with all the reserve drivers, etc., it gets a little bit harder.
The reserves don't count to constructors, though.
Okay.
Taking a couple of minutes breather, waiting.
I'm saving my throat for this start.
What is it, the good old saying, the calm before the storm?
And with Storm on the brain, quick shout out to everyone. If anyone's watching from Florida, thoughts are with you guys. Hope you're managing to stay safe with Ian battering your shores at present.
That sounds so perverted.
Wow, people dying and you laugh.
No, not that, sorry. Anyway, if anyone's to be looking out for, it's Grinding. He's one of the Americans in the league racing tonight.
I say no spins by Jay or by Ant. They need those tyre temperatures. Liam's cancelled according to Pinto. So here we go. 29 laps left of the season. 1 title to decide. It's lights out. And away we go. There's always this delay on our stream. It's horrible. We've got Joshy with an amazing start. jumps over Calgon as well down the inside. We've got Aston Martin into the back there. Jay manages to stay 8 still, and still up to 10. But and then Jay side by side already. Jay stays ahead and thinks better of it so far, but we've got low 3 wide into the first, just getting here into the hairpin. Sorry, Calgon up the inside. Whoa, 2 cars spun and spun as well.
Oh, we've got Ant caught up in collisions there. Josh is retired. It's Josh. Josh had a great start.
And spun before those collisions. Jay's up to P6 now. We've got yellow flags in sector 2 as Butler sends one up the inside. My Little Pony sticks to the inside there. They make contact and Jay's going to benefit from both here. Jay's past Butler. Is he going to get on the back of My Little Pony as well? And down to P12 now. Jay up to P5. He's coming to the inside of My Little Pony now. Foot down, My Little Pony gets the better line out there, gets the better top speed, but Jay's coming back at him around the outside. But now Butler down the inside of Jay. I've not even looked at the tyre strategy. Jay! Oh! He managed to hold him. Butler manages to miss the back of him as well.
Casper had to slow down, and that's brought Casper right
Whoa,
up.
Jay! Oh my days! Oh, and there was Casper on the outside. He might have to get that position back. I'm not sure. No, he's not. And in the pits.
Chrissy in the pits as well. Chrissy was the one that had spun.
It's a new front wing for Ant. He's going onto the hard. Jay starting on the hard tyres as well as up into P4. And wow, we got a yellow flag in sector 1. That's Chrissy that spun it. He's managed to get going.
Callum making a move up into P1 as well down the straight, grinding. Pushing, grinding wide. Callum's going to take the inside line, but if Callum...
He shuts the door on him there, shuts the door on him there. Job done.
Grinding.
Of course, no DRS for 2 laps. So no DRS forwards, going to come back at him here. And then My Little Pony a bit further down. He's got Jay on the back of him now. Jay making a move, trying to get into P3 and get on the podium. And all the way down in P13 now, pit stop down as well. It's a disaster start for him.
A great move by Butler around that long sleeve left hander. We've got QHRD going miles wide on the exit there as well.
Just keeping on board My Little Pony and Jay here. Ignore the timing on my screen there, guys, saying that grinding's a minute and a half down. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. That is Chrissy this round. Calvin the fastest lap. And Jay right on the back of My Little Pony now. DRS is enabled. Oh, nearly in the back of there again. It's harder when you're overtaking a slow driver. Sometimes you've got to be patient. You've got to just sit and wait for your opportunity. I think he's going to wait for that DRS zone down the back straight. He's dropped a little bit back. We've got Lanod's out.
Safety car.
Wow. All of a sudden, and it's probably come at the worst part of the track here for those front runners because they're just coming towards the end of
now this changes it all, Harry, thinking about it. Ant's already pitted for the hard compound. Ant could stretch to the end.
Could he? Can he make these go to the end?
But Jay's already on the hard
compound.
Jay's
already on Jay, so Jay's not going to pit here. No, I can tell you, Jay's not going to pit.
He won't be able to get the mediums to the end, whereas Ant's got his pit stop out of the way. The safety car is going to bring everyone bunched up, and he'll be a pit stop up. So this benefits Ant and only Ant as it stands.
Helix into the pits. It's probably too early for the mediums to pit as well for Optimum tyre.
Like I said, this only benefits those that have pitted due to collisions so far, if they chose to put the hard compound on.
Which only Ant has. Let's have a look. Calgon stayed out. Grinding stayed out. My Little Pony has stayed out. Maybe some people got caught up in that retirement, so maybe they...
And Oliver.
Yep.
And QHRD.
So maybe a bit of and Jamal by the looks of it. So Ant's going to get a few places here, possibly. If he can get round. Sure. He's quite far back, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't think Chrissy might be looking at getting a few if he doesn't pit.
Chrissy does not pit. Oliver onto the softs. That's a bold call.
He'll be open for another safety car. He's going to get out in front of Christie, though.
Now, Jamal just making a move here. Ant may jump a few places here. Oliver's out now, but he may get ahead here of Cass. No, he's going to be behind Cass, but he's got ahead of Jamal. So he has got back up into P9 now. And all those, except Casper, all have to pit in front of him.
Yeah. Oliver's pitted, sorry, as well. Oh, yeah, he's on the softs.
He's on the softs.
Yeah, so Casper is the only one in really, once they've all bunched up, he will be in a kind of provisional P1 position. With Ant in P2, technically speaking, in terms of time-wise.
But again, we've probably got a good sort of 10, 12 laps before that pit window opens. Possibly.
If the race finishes here on out with no more safety cars, this is Ant's race to lose. If there's another safety car, it doesn't really not benefit Ant, because Ant can always pit and put the medium compound on if it's later on in the race. And
well, again, it depends on when. If it comes after the pit window, then, like you say, it's a free pit for Ant. If it comes before it, then it's decisions to be made and strategies come into play.
Yeah.
As people just catching up to the back of the safety car now. We've got Helix at the back, just coming through the final couple of turns. So we'll go racing on lap 6 here, and it will be Calgon leading the way from Always Grinding, My Little Pony, and then our championship leader.
I know it's not been well documented. Obviously, it's all been about Ant and Jay this evening, but Callum, I believe he's actually secured P3 in the Drivers' Championship. And showing his worth this evening as well. As I say, another great race in P1. But like you say, the eyes are all on Jay and Ant this evening. The interesting thing as well, if Ant hadn't spun and got caught up, I don't believe he would have pitted. And he would have been in this, obviously, the same kind of situation as Jay, so he wouldn't have been, had track position, but he wouldn't have had that pit stop and the change of compound completed.
Absolutely.
I believe as well the pit. I feel like it's a really long pit stop, like a good 20.
Absolutely, with the pit lane going down and round the first corner, but safety car is in this lap as we suspected. So Calgon now takes control of the pack, unlike Perez did at the weekend. But less said about that, the better.
I didn't see that what actually happened.
He dropped behind the safety car by 10 lengths twice, and only got a penalty for once. But
thought it was dodgy how they didn't investigate it until after the race.
Let's not talk about that. Especially in Abu Dhabi, we know all about Abu Dhabi here. So apparently all Mercedes can overtake the safety car only at the minute.
For people watching as well, this isn't a scheduled end of the season. The end of the season was supposed to be last week in Canada. This was just a postponed race, so it just so happened that it was the season finale in Dubai. Abu Dhabi, sorry, not Dubai.
And Calgon, foot down, gets the jump. Really good start by Calgon there. He's got the jump on, Always Grinding. Jay, not really got the start he wanted. Butler's on the back of him now. And who's that? It's a Red Bull Oliver going around the outside on those soft tyres. And maintains where he was. And Oliver got ahead of Casper around the outside there. Those soft tyres, that is track limits and a half there by Oliver, though. As Casper's going to come back at him. And Anne is also coming back at him. And up the inside. Oh, those soft tyres, though, the traction on. But look at Ant, the traction on Casper there. But he doesn't manage. He has to pull out of it just to stop any collision with Oliver. Jay up into P3. He's got the jump on My Little Pony. As Chrissy alongside Butler here. Chrissy Butler's going to get the job done here because Butler at the inside line. But now Oliver's going to come on the back of Chrissy as well. And up into P8. He's got ahead of Casper. Like you said, that's the one he needs to get ahead of.
There's lots of
but
cars there.
Casper is
three
there.
wide. Look at Jamal. Jamal's going to deal both of them up the inside, possibly.
Not quite. And gets the line done. Keeps it going, but Jamal does get the inside of Casper.
Oh no, Helix! Helix going right behind Casper there. I was literally watching that.
It's another safety car. Not sure why.
Helix span, maybe a lot of wing on the track.
Now that to me is not a safety car worthy incident. My Little Pony pits, Chrissy pits. These are all free pit stops for Ant. Ant up into P6 now. JP3.
As well, all this does is extend the life of those hard tyres. If there's a question about them not lasting, they definitely will now with another 2 or 3 laps of safety car.
Absolutely, and they're all going to get another lap before they even reach the back of the safety car because the Supercar one's already passed it. So we've got a lap under this sort of VSC times here before we even catch the back of the safety car. But again, I think that wasn't really a safety car incident for me. Bit of a shame, that one. We didn't get to go racing for even half a lap there.
Oh, this is what happened to Helix. I'll send you it.
And let's just take a breather.
There you go, that is Helix's incident. Caught it perfectly. He had a great exit out of that corner and just went with it.
Yeah, it's too eager on the full throttle there.
I just thinking as well tactically,
grinding pits.
Also, just tactically with Helix having that 5 second, I think now would be a great time to serve it. I think he could pit now.
Can you serve it under the safety car?
Serve you 5 seconds. Yeah.
Grinding goes onto the hard, so he's going towards the end now. But Jay up into P2, but of course hasn't pitted yet. Oliver P4 on the soft tyres now, and P5.
Everyone's pitted, Harry, bar the front 3.
And again, it is a case of if there is no more safety cars. Wow. Now, interesting here, I'm looking at the fuel, and it seems that everybody's on red, so I don't know if it's a visual glitch here.
They all do it on the under safety car.
Oh, okay.
It's when they go back full racing.
Super Calgon currently has the fastest lap. Looking at the tyre situation, I'm expecting Jay to end up with the fastest lap here. Correct?
Yeah, he'll look at ending up on the softs, I'm sure.
We may have a situation here where Ant is leading this race and we have Jay coming through the pack trying to get to the position he needs to get to win this championship.
It's going to be a nail biter, isn't it?
Only the top 3 are yet to stop.
Helix has had 3 stops in 8 laps.
Butler and Calgon will be going on to the hard compound. Jay will be going on to a softer compound. We're not sure whether it's going to be... Oh, safe car in this lap. That's a late call there. Not sure if it's going to be soft tyres or medium, depending when he does pit. I think he'll be trying his best to get on some softs, looking at the situation unfolding around him here. But, wow. We promised drama. And again, Jay has to be... Jamal's... Oh, and Ant as well. Ant and Jamal make on... And again, that may be looked at by the stewards after, because if that's not intentional... Jamal into the pits. Butler now. Calgon has got the start he wanted again.
I think as long as Ant doesn't stop now, he has a point to get that 5 second removed.
I didn't see what happened, but if the fact that Jamal's gone into the pits, it seems that Jamal's gone into the back of him.
Yeah, which obviously then would warrant his 5-second penalty getting removed. However, if he pits, it's not something normally.
He's going to serve it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not normally something that we would remove, especially.
Oliver now alongside Butler. Just more controversy to have here, and Oliver on those softs is going to try and underbrake him. Sends Butler around the outside. Ant sat behind both of these watching. He's going to try and capitalise around the outside of Oliver now. Oliver up the inside of Butler is ahead of him now. And going round the outside of both of them. Can he do it? Ant's got to make moves. He's got to... Oh, Butler spun! He missed Ant somehow.
I think it was contact between Oliver and Butler. And then that almost caused the ricochet effect into Ant. Ant did brilliantly to hold on to the car, though.
And look now where we are with the Mercedes and the Williams. Jay on the back of Calgon now. Those medium tyres will start to be dropping off, I think, now, 8 laps in. But again, the more that Calgon holds him up, the more it brings Ant into him on track. Remember, Ant is a pit stop up on Jay at the minute. Grinding's into the pits.
Yeah, I believe we should have got a screenshot of Callum's bank before and after the race. That's a retirement in the pits from always grinding. Down to 11 drivers now.
No DRS for another lap yet.
But yeah, I believe we should have got a screenshot of Calgon's bank statement before and after the race. Ant might be wiring him some money to hold him up.
We may be getting a bit of a horn on the radio. Back him up, back him up. But they are different teams. That, regardless of friendships in real life, they are different teams here. This is online racing. Whoa, Jay very wide coming out of turn 7 there. Trying to probably push it a little bit here. He will be feeling the pressure now because he is the only one, apart from Calgon, that has not pitted, and he's got his championship rival, the only man that can take the championship that he lost last year on the last race. The only one that can take it away from him is in his mirrors now and a pit stop up. They, in theory, are on the same tyre compound. Jay's a 1 lap older, but Ant's pitted. So, in theory, if they close up here and Jay goes onto the softs, Ant can technically go onto the softs.
Yeah, and just copy him. But then, again, that's putting
it all depends where it brings him out. Yeah, exactly, where it brings him out. Ant needs to be more than a place ahead of him, so he needs those cars in between him and Jay. Whereas at the minute, there is no cars in between them, but Jay's doing what he needs to do. He's P2 at the minute.
Callum's actually dropping him.
Yeah.
1 point.
He's outside the DRS zone.
Jay burning his ERS like a madman, attempting to keep up with the McLaren.
All 3 of the front 3 burning that ERS. The front 4 burning their ERS here. As we've got Helix coming up to the back of QHRD. He's going to be a bit too far back to get the job done here, I think. But he's going to get another dose of DRS through turn 8 as QHRD goes a little bit deep there and gets all out of shape on the back. So this is bringing Helix right up to the back of him. There goes the DRS. Job done before we even get anywhere near a corner.
Yeah, wonderful move from Helix there. You say QHRD having a really poor exit there, and it just brought the Alpine onto the back of the Haas. Nice and easy move from Helix.
Yep. Jay putting his foot down a bit now, has pulled it back 2.8 and 2 seconds back. Is gaining on these. Oh, and spun! And has spun! Oliver's passed him. Chrissy has passed him.
This isn't the end of the world, though.
He's got to get heat back in them tyres ASAP, though. He's down to P7 now.
There'll be too much heat in the tyres, I think.
But what you've got now is Helix, Chrissy and Casper all in front of him that have pitted. And let me see. He is 11 seconds behind Jay now. There's Jay pulling up to the back of Calgon with his DRS zone now. He's going to get another dose of it through turn 8. But Calgon had a fantastic exit there. is going to keep him at bay at the minute. Chrissy onto the back of Casper as well. Is he going to get the move done before the corner here? Casper's going to send him up the inside. Just about. Casper. Chrissy side by side, and Chrissy just gets the job done, keeps the traction down, keeps it facing the right way. Job done.
Oh, we've got Callum going sideways almost. He's pulled it back, but he's side by side with Jay now.
Oh, Jay round the outside, gets the job done. Callum's going to bail into the pits, I think. Yep. Jay takes over the lead of the race. And now Jay leads the race as we get near to half distance now. And there's just so much going on.
So much drama. Callum onto the hards.
Yep, so Ant is ahead of Calgon now, so it shows roughly how far he would be in front of Jay on track at the minute. If we look here, Calgon coming out of the pits now.
Be about 20 seconds.
He's about 9 seconds behind Ant. So Jay, in theory, is 9 seconds behind Ant on track. But of course, Ant has got to make these tyres last, and that spin will not have helped the life of these tyres. Chrissy and Casper again going at it every lap, it seems here. Chrissy goes around the outside now. Is there contact there? He's pushed very wide by Casper. Helix on the inside of both.
P3 for the Alpine.
And he's going to get a dose of DRS there, as well as Chrissy is going to go up the inside of Casper again here. Incredible racing, and Ant pulling into the back of the... Oh, and there's Casper! No! Helix has gone! Helix has spun it again. Exactly where he lost it in the sprint.
And he's caused another
It's a safety car. Where is Jay here in terms of the pits? Jay, just in time, gets in the pits. The perfect place on track for that safety car for Jay to pit.
Now does Ant pit? He can't. He'll serve
Ant
his
does
penalty.
not pit. That couldn't have been more perfect time for Jay there. After the bad luck of the first two safety cars, he gets an absolute perfect one there.
And Jay's going to only be 2 places behind Ant, sorry.
Is Cal going to get ahead of him here? He's not.
No,
Jay back on track. So Jay now on those fresh mediums. Again, 15 laps is a lot of time to go for their mediums, but he had no choice there. As soon as that safety car deployed, he had to take the opportunity to pit there. So everyone has pitted now, and we are just down to straight out racing.
Just think, Harry, one second later, and that
Absolutely.
would screw Jay's race. 1 second.
Absolutely. And again, that would have been a whole lap on the Delta.
QHRD's actually binned it in Sector 3.
Yeah, we've lost QHRD as well. So Helix
down to 9
back
drivers. Maybe another lap or 2 with a safety car.
It may just be this lap, depending if that... Oh, no, looking. That's QHRD, so Felix could catch the back of him here. Possibly. It might be a late call. I don't think so, is it? It's going to be another lap. And Chrissy now leaves the race from Casper, who these two have been racing lap upon lap. But there'll be no DRS for another 2 laps. And then we have Ant in P3. But at the minute, P5 will be enough for Jay, regardless of what Ant does. No, sorry, it won't be. If Ant wins this, P5 will not be enough. Unless if Jay gets the fastest lap, which currently Calgon holds, Ant wins. If Jay finishes 5th, it is a tie. 1v1 on Rust, I say, snipers only. Well, that's just me. I would not like this championship to be decided on a tie points. And knowing this season, I don't think it will be. Again,
apparently, Ant's got a rear wing damage from that incident with Jamal.
Oh, really? And he's got that 5-second penalty again. We're not saying it's definitely being removed, but from what we saw, we suspect that there'll be a strong case to have it removed if it does come into play. But it is, again, like you say, it's keeping him out on track because he can't serve it, because then it won't be removed. So Ant is stuck on these tyres for another 14 laps. Jay now in fresh mediums in again. 14 laps, 15 laps on these mediums. It's a long ask. It's a long stint on them, isn't it? It's obviously doable.
It's probably about an average stint. I'd say 16 laps on a medium compound is about what I would like to get out of them any given race.
Of course, we think his original strategy possibly was to go another 4 or 5 laps and then go into the softs to ensure that fastest lap. Safety car is in this lap. And we've seen Chrissy and Casper, of course, more than a mistake in them. So don't be surprised if they've not got full heat in these tyres on this restart.
I don't think we're in risk of seeing anybody run out of fuel. Harry, we're seeing...
Not with 3 safety cars, I'd be very surprised.
Was it 2 and 1 virtual?
No, we've had 3 safety cars now. This is the 3rd safety car that's just coming in now. We had 1 back-to-back laps. No, we had back-to-back safety cars lap after lap.
Oh, right. Oh, we did, yeah. Oh, because we had half a lap of racing, yeah.
Yep. We've also had a virtual safety car as well. But Chrissy has gone early here, I think. He has. Chrissy's gone early here. Caught them a bit underwear, but Ant pulled into the back of Casper now. So Ant right alongside Casper. Back. Pony's been caught sleeping here. So Jay's on the back of My Little Pony as well. They've dropped Calgon here. Jay makes contact with the back of Pony. Definite contact there on the back of My Little Pony by Jay. Hopefully no front wing damage there. And not quite got the job done on Casper. He's going to have another go in and down the back straight, I suspect, with the cutback here. Goes deep to have the cutback. Get the foot down early. He's got a really good exit from there, but so is Casper. Jay also not managing to get ahead of My Little Pony and Calgon. He's pulling onto the back of these quite a lot. And thought about having a look there. Thinks better of it. He's going to have to cut back here as Casper also pulls into the back of Chrissy. The front 6 separated by less than a few seconds here on this restart. Jay looking down the inside of My Little Pony now. Not quite got enough overspeed to get the job done as we go into turn 9. Then we get the sweeping right-hander of turn 10 before those hard braking, and Jay's going around the outside of My Little Pony. Job done before the braking zone. Jay up into P4, right on the back of Ant now on those fresh medium tyres. Got a yellow flag there. I think that's Helix and Butler seem to have had an incident. Butler facing the wrong way. But now Jay pulling into the back of Ant. The only man that can stop him winning this championship. He's on the fresh medium tyres now. This is where he has to use that advantage of those softer compounds.
And needs to hang on to the back of Casper as well, though.
No DRS for another lap as Chrissy's starting to open that gap from Casper now. Calgon's going to send it down the inside of My Little Pony. And does successfully. And Oliver now is also pulling to the back of My Little Pony. A disastrous restart by My Little Pony. As Anne right onto the back of Casper now is going to send one down the inside. Brakes. Hits the middle of the apex. Is going to push Casper out here. Casper yields, and Jay is going to sneak around the outside of Casper, or at least try to here. Jay following Ant through, or trying to. But Casper must be running lower downforce there and a better top speed. But Jay up the inside now, gets the foot down, gets the job done. Casper yields, JP3, and has followed him and is right on the back of Ant again now. Those softer tyres, better traction. More grip meant he could take that inside line a lot narrower than Casper did. And Calgon also now on the back of Casper. Absolute great racing from our championship leaders who are now second and third. So now DRS enabled. Calgon's going to send one at the inside of Casper on turn 1 here. Oh, it's so close. Whoa, good racing. They're left enough room for each other. Cal got up into P4. Jay pulling into the back of Ant now. Ant holding on to the back of Chrissy because they are going to both have DRS down that back straight. Ant needs to get the job done. He needs to get ahead of Chrissy and hope Jay doesn't follow him through like he did with Casper. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get cars in between him and Jay now. But at the minute, looking at the pace, looking at the tyres, unless Jay makes a mistake, this is his championship. Ant's going to go send it down the outside here. Absolutely sends it. Brilliant racing. He goes so deep, though. He manages to keep within the track limits. Chrissy's coming back at him. Jay's coming back at him now. And went too deep. Well. And Jay up into P2 ahead of Ant. Ant got the job done. Does too much overspeed, though. Just sent him absolutely flying into that corner. And now Jay up in the back of Chrissy's grill here. Those soft medium tyres absolutely acting like softs against these old hards. Look at the extra grip. He's going to go around the outside with a cutback here on the two left-handers. Chrissy, great defending, sticks in the middle of the track as Ant tries to recover and pull into the back of these two while they are battling. But Jay is absolutely flying at the minute. Calgon now onto the back of Ant as well. It's starting to slip away from Ant right before his eyes here. Calgon's got so much more speed than him on those fresher hard tyres. But Jay now surely down this back straight gets the job done and takes the lead of this race. Surely he's going to go right around the outside. Chrissy stays the inside here. Jay with the traction around the outside though. He's going to have the DRS. He's opened up the battery. The DRS opens. Jay takes over the lead of the race with 10 laps to go of the season left. Is Chrissy going to come back at him though? He is. Chrissy up the inside. He's going to go for the cutback here. He's going to have the DRS. Jay goes a little bit wide, gets a bit out of shape. And just behind these two as well. Chrissy around the outside takes the lead back. Calgon on the back of Ant. And Calgon around the outside. And they're all on the back of Jay as well. Calgon goes around the outside. Jay's trying to get the inside of Chrissy. And then Calgon neck and neck. It's 2 horse races back to back here. This is why I brought drink, because my throat can't take it. And around the outside. Calgon sticks to the inside. Ant's going to have the inside on both the left-handers here. Should stick to third position here. Calgon just about yields.
Oh my God.
And finally yields.
My Little Pony and Oliver joining the race as well.
But now Jay's got a better traction down the pit straight. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's Helix that's got an incident.
There's My Little Pony. My Little Pony's round.
Jay right on the back of Chrissy. Ant's lost time to both of these because he was trying to defend from Calgon. Wow. We've got 9 more laps of this. Jay again down the outside. He's going to come for the cutback. Chrissy blocks it off as best he can. But now the DRS opens. Now the slipstream takes effect. Where's Chrissy going to send him? Chrissy goes defending on the inside. He sends Jay around the outside. Later on the brakes, Jay gets the job done. Goes up the inside. Chrissy coming for the cutback again. He's got the DRS, he's coming back at him again. Chrissy is not giving up this race win. He doesn't give a flying hoot about the championship. He wants that race win. He wants his first race win of the season. And Jay round the outside says, nah, mate. Oh, collision!
Oh, no!
Takes the lead and takes the lead. Jay, collision. Jay's down to P6. Casper through.
Oh my God, and Jay's got wing damage. Jay's lost his front right end plate.
How did Ant miss all of that? He was the only car that didn't get tagged. Oliver all over the back of Ant now. And as we stand, Ant has won this title. As we know, we've not. Jay's won it because Calgon's pitted.
Jay seems to be 5. He's got that damage though.
P5 is 10. No, Ant wins it at the minute. Jay needs 4th. Who's got the fastest lap? It's Calgon with the fastest lap. At the minute, Ant has won this.
Callum will keep it as well. He's on softs.
Oliver with that 3-second penalty as well. Wow. Casper now sliding up into the back of Helix. Jay needs P4 at present, but Oliver is going to have the DRS and Ant here. The title is coming down to the last 8 laps. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in. This is what this season has come down to. Just when you didn't think it could get any more dramatic.
It was just when you
Jay on the inside of Casper. Casper yields. Jay goes very wide. Is that going to be track limits? He's not going to have to give it back, I don't think. Jay up into P4. He's gone very deep though. Is Casper going to come back at him? Jay very deep, very wide. Like you say, that wing damage probably taking effect now. He's going to latch on. Oh, Jay with a penalty. He's got wide track limits. Jay has a 3-second penalty.
Oh my God, this is silly.
The Williams garage have their head on their hands. Their hands on their head even. I'm backwards. Half the cars on this track. And Jay can't keep it on the track. He's exceeding track limits left, right and centre. This has got damage. He's going to have to pit. Does he have to pit and just go for the fastest lap here?
It's going to be a shot between him and Callum though, because Callum's also on the softs and in P9.
But Oliver may take this race win away from Anne. We've got yellow flag set to 1. Calgon spun it.
That's in the pit lane.
It's not. It's on track. Oliver on 8 lap old hard tyres against Ant's 20. He's got the DRS.
And the rear wing damage.
Here comes Jay around the outside of Helix. Absolutely sends it. Helix keeps the inside line though. Jay's going to lose that traction. He's got to keep it. He's going to send it here. No, he's not. He's thinking, no, he is. He's sending it. Collision with Helix for Jay's round. Casper's through again. Here comes Chrissy on the back of them as well. Chrissy's just got a time penalty. Jay has lost his head. He absolutely sent it.
He will be fuming.
I wish we had replays. I wish I could show you the incident where, because I don't know who's at fault for the incident that's caused the damage to Jay's car. But now we have it that Jay's P5 and is still leading from 3/10 on Oliver. And Ant is winning the championship at present. If that time penalty gets removed, as we think it will.
We'll have to see footage from Jamal.
Jamal's out of the race. Can you get it now off him?
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, I'll message him now.
Jay, are all the strategies possibly running through his head? Do you think he had it with 6 laps to go? You're going to have front wing damage, medium tyres, and 1 place to make for your championship. I don't think he had this one planned. That downforce is going to be playing a part. He's not going to have the top speed down the back straights as well. The biggest overtaking opportunities on this track, and he is not going to have the top speed he needs, even with DRS. And second, Oliver's through. Oliver's got, the lag. Oliver went wide on my screen there with the lag, but Ant now is P2. And Oliver's pulling away. The championship is 6/10 ahead of him.
It's 3 seconds though. Oliver's 3-second penalty. As long as Ant can stay within 3 seconds for 5 laps.
That is very true.
Might still be his.
Oh my God.
Still be his.
But again, Jay now 7/10 behind Casper on the 20-lap old hard tyres. He's in DRS range again. The championship is literally seconds away from either of them. Calgon absolutely smashes the fastest lap as Butler pits, so he'll go into the softs as well for these last 5 or 6 laps. Ant now right up on the back of Oliver. I think Ant may stick into this DRS zone. I think he may do a J here and just stick in that DRS zone if he can with those 3-second penalties. Because his battery is empty. Yeah. Everyone's battery is empty. Jay
Helix
now
is doing well.
Jay now
33%.
2/10 behind Casper, but again that top speed. He's not going to have that top speed. He's got the own speed though. He's going to the inside. He's stuck it. Is Casper going to give it him? Yes! Jay up into P4. Jay's got the title back in his own hands. Can Casper come back at him? Huh?
I hope we've worked this out correctly points-wise.
So 4th place gets 12 points.
Ant's dropped out. The DRS.
That would be 13 points behind 1st place, and there's a 14-point difference.
Ant trying so hard to get within that 1 second.
I think he was just... There's the detection zone. He is. I think he is. No, he was out. So unlucky, but he is going to get a dose down that second bit. Is Casper is going to try and come back at Jay with that DRS.
Ant back in that 1 second now. What a race. Drama in the desert, Harry.
Absolutely. I couldn't, even me, master of wooden spoon stirring, couldn't have predicted this.
Oh, well, I think it's obvious the two that we need to get in.
Jay's got time. Jay has got. Oh, we've completely forgot. Jay's got the time penalty. Jay's got 3 seconds as well. So at the minute he's P5. He's not got the title at the minute.
It's Ants, yeah.
It is Ants at the minute. Thank you, Pinto. We miss you.
But Casper's out the one. Casper's out the DRS.
We've got a yellow flag sector 3. Oh, that's Jay. It's Helix. Jay's P3.
That puts JP4.
Jay is winning the championship at the minute. Ant's nearly 3 seconds behind. It was Casper behind him anyway. Chrissy already had the penalty.
Yeah, but I'm saying
in terms of that, but Oliver's got a 3 second penalty, 2.5 seconds ahead. Oliver absolutely flying and is seeing his champion slip half a second away. And Jay, P3, and he's dropped Casper.
What I was saying was if obviously Jay's penalty comes into it, he'll drop down behind Casper. I was seeing how far Chrissy needed to get to jump Jay as well to put Jay back down to P5, but it won't happen because Chrissy already has a 3 second. That's what I was referring to.
Yeah. It doesn't matter at the minute because at the minute Ant is 4/10 away from not winning this race. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2.
That's Casper around.
No, Casper's facing the right way on mine.
Yeah, I think he spun. Did a 360.
Oh yeah, because Chrissy's gone through. Yeah. I think those.
Oh, Ant had a wiggle.
Those hard tyres. I think his and Casper's are both dropping off. He's 3.8 behind Oliver now, and I think with 3 laps to go, this championship has swung back to the Williams, and I think Jay's now is going to just about hold on here. Now we saw with that wing damage several track limits. Can you look at race director Liam and see how many warnings Jay's on?
I will do. Just the 3.
Just the 3, okay.
Yeah, just the 3. He got his 3 second warning, and that was it. And then he calmed himself down.
Refocused, readjusted, and it is looking.
Christie's one warning off away from another one.
It looks like the redemption story from season 1 is going to come true, and the man that lost it in Suzuki is going to bring it home in the desert.
All those spam cars that he passed. Helix spinning a couple of laps from the end. Nothing we could have forecasted.
It has been a case of who has made the least mistakes this race, and there's not many drivers that haven't made mistakes, unfortunately.
No.
But yeah, and now 5 seconds behind Oliver.
One thing to note, Jay has actually partaken in more races than Ant, I believe, by 2. So it will be something that Ant will be kicking himself off for not being able to turn up for those 2 races.
Well, looking at this now, Jay is going to win this championship by less than a Monaco 1-2.
No. No, it's not.
14 points difference.
Yeah,
With
so
the penalties, it'll be 3. It'll be 11 points. 11 points at the minute, as it stands at the minute.
So yeah, but there's only 7 in a win, isn't there? So it wouldn't have mattered. It'd have just been more agonisingly close for him, so I saved him.
But not a lot of racing going on as we're on the final lap of the season now.
My Little Pony's closing in on the back of Casper, but that's about it.
Yeah. Oliver absolutely owning this race in the final stages since he pulled into the back of Ant and got past him. But unless something very drastic happens now, Jay will be claiming the title. He thinks he unfairly lost last season. Like you say, he ever present, I think. He did
thoroughly deserved.
He gave a massive masterclass in the wet in Canada. He has shown absolutely fantastic racing throughout the season, especially on some of the more technical circuits. And he's shown his fighting spirit today, because he's got his elbows out a lot more today than he has at every point in the season. And he is our deserving champion. He will take the crown in Season 2 of Red Arrows. Shadow Realm, our Season 1 champion, not here tonight to pass the torch. But as Oliver comes round turn 16, takes the checkered flag in the Red Bull, it's P1 for Oliver, and has done the best he could today, given the circumstances, the hand he was dealt, won the sprint, P2 in the race. I think that penalty, well, regardless if it's served or not, it won't count, because Jay, 7 seconds behind here, and he is your Season 2 Red Arrows Racing champion. And we can take a breath. Thoughts?
Speechless. Only thing I can say. Just bear with me 2 seconds there, Harry. Who is it you want in first, Harry?
Let's get our champion in.
I'll get him in now. I'll invite him. Is it in the room?
No, it's in the book. It's in the plastic book.
Oh, cool.
It's 7 minutes in there.
And we are joined, ladies and gentlemen, by the Season 2 Red Arrows Racing champion, Mr. J. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. And breathe, I think are the words now.
You made it hard work of it.
Yeah. I made that look difficult.
How are you feeling? How were the emotions during that race? Because a few incidents.
Yeah, there are a few moments there where I thought it was gone. I had front wing damage at the end, as you probably knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be.
But yeah,
we got in on the
Oliver, obviously, Oliver making it a bit easy for you, coming good at the end there on those tyres. But yeah, strategy-wise, the safety cars, the first two, absolute disaster for you. The third one, an absolute blessing, I think, with the timing right next to that pit lane as it came out.
I think the first two were just surviving. It was too early for me to pull the plug and come in. So yeah, it's the right time for me. I should have made that work really, but then I decided that the work wasn't hard enough and I had to try and make it more difficult for myself.
Absolutely. Again, a race of many mistakes from all drivers, really. Yourself, I say, I don't think I've ever seen you, apart from Belgium, face the wrong way so many times. But a few incidents. But, you know, you've made up for Japan last year. You got the job done. And how are you feeling now? You are our Red Hours Racing champion.
I forgot.
Relieved is the word. Because, yeah, that was going sideways for a long time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at one stage, I think you were half a second behind your championship. And then, absolutely, again, you had a calming effect on the drivers in front during the sprint. It seemed every car you came up against decided to spin out your way in the sprint. Because, of course, the sprint, you went the wrong way as well.
The sprint, they just seemed to come out of my way. And then Ant got me in the sprint. So I think I was on tilt a bit. I was pushing desperately hard to try and get him back because I wanted to try and increase the lead in the sprint, and I lost control just because I was pushing that hard to try and get him. I was hoping to try and extend the lead in the sprint, make it a bit easier for myself. I did the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, again, I will say congratulations to you and enjoy a very well-earned sleep, I suspect, after that, when the adrenaline comes out. And I think, is Liam here? You here, Liam?
I am indeed, yeah. I'm still
Have you got anything you want to say to the champion-elect?
Nice to see that driving continue into next year. Lovely to see a little bit more of an aggressive Jay. Less conservative, I say, when there's more on the line. But yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, there were certain points in that race I had to go for it.
Indeed. Well, thanks, Jay, for stopping by.
Thanks, guys.
Me and Harry.
I'm assuming great work as always, but I'll catch up later.
Congratulations.
Cheers, guys.
And we'll say goodbye from the Red Arrows Racing League Season 2. Do join us next Monday, I believe, Liam, for the start of Season 3. We don't stop here.
Yeah, no, I believe so.
Some new faces, some new teammates, and of course, the same dramatic racing. So from me, it's been a pleasure commentating throughout Season 2 for you guys. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Turn on those notifications so you know when we go live every Monday for the same drama that you've just seen around the streets of Abu Dhabi. And I'll let the last word from our league owner, Liam, sound you out.
Good night.